Hey, I thought I would make a video after coming back home from talking to a friend over lunch today, and he was the second person in the last couple of weeks that told me, "Thank you for talking the way you're talking. You are making me feel like I'm not the only one and that I'm not going crazy." And we went to pick up my iPad from getting repaired at the shop. And when I was making the final transaction to get my iPad back, the the guy working there was like, "Oh yeah, something about the cover of my iPad had a drawing on it. Wow, I really like that drawing, and it has all of these esoteric symbols in it, and it really piqued my interest, and it's really cool because I love exploring that kind of stuff, but my friends don't really know what I'm talking about or make fun of me, or I just feel like I'm being weird." So and it struck up this huge conversation between all of us, my friend and I, and the guy working there. And I kept looking at my friend, and he was looking at me, and we were just like, our minds were blown because it was the same conversation that we were having earlier about, I'm so glad we found each other so that we can have conversations like this and feel relaxed about it, and that we're not going crazy, that there is actually something to it, that it is really important work that we're all doing. And so I wanted to make this video to be here again talking blah 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 in front of someone who stumbles upon this video, to let you know that if you're in a similar situation, you're not going crazy. This is part of a process that's happening to so many people, and it's really obvious, and it's time to shine a light on it and to not try and pretend and stay with society's norms and be who we know we're not. So it's time for all of us who are in touch with this to go back to that time when we were a little kid and when we knew about this magic and this reality, and get back to it, get back to it, get back to it, get back to living there and live from there from now on, never going back, for no one, for nothing. This isn't an evil thing that we're doing. This is a thing based in love. And the healing that I'm going through, that I'm putting myself through, all of the challenges that I've gone through in my life that have led me to this breaking point of surrender, to put me on another side so that I have perspective, so that I can see that this is huge work, that we need to keep going, each and every one of us, encouraging each other to keep going and don't stop, because on the other side, trust me, it's heaven. It's not that we're going to die and go to heaven. It's that we have to die in this life and live in heaven. One thing that we need to do with each other is listen. And when someone is talking, stop thinking and be present. One of the biggest gifts that I learned from my experiences in the past was to know that every single being on this planet, every piece of nature, every particle, every photon, every cell needs to be seen, needs to be observed, to move, to vibrate. We need to reflect to each other. We need to be seen, and we need to be loved, and we need to exchange that energy with each other, coming from a beautiful place, not a place of judgment of, oh, I'm listening to your story, but I'm waiting till you're done because I have something I need to say that reminded me of my story. Where we need to get to is a place of pure surrender into the moment and into what we are receiving in front of us. And then integrate and then act. There is room for this. There is a lot of time. It's really important to slow down, to turn off the TV, to not have music playing all the time, to not be checking Facebook and Instagram and Twitter or whatever all the time. When you start seeping your energy outward to those things to try to find comfort, whatever your coping mechanisms are, calling someone, needing a validation, dressing a certain way, doing something a certain way, acting a certain way because you think you're going to get attention and that's going to make you feel validated and seen and loved. When you put that energy outside of yourself and look around, what happens is you're leaving this empty. You're leaving yourself depleted, and you're sending out this little hand reaching, and while it's reaching, you're losing everything. And what you're going to get back, if you do find something to put in that hole, is never going to be enough. So what you have to start doing is not, when you see that that's happening, I used to do this. Push it back in, hold it, imagine it filling up my body. I can fill up my whole being, my whole electromagnetic field with an infinite amount of love and appreciation and honor, because I know that it's never ending, and I know that once you stop reaching, once you stop being distracted, once you can sit still and feel and tap into that, that is more powerful and more potent than anything you can get from anywhere else. And what you can start doing from this point is opening up and sharing this experience with other people and helping them to do the same thing. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try from now on to keep my videos under 10 minutes, 10 minutes at a time. It's a new thing I'm doing. So one of my plans with some of my upcoming videos is to break down in chunks pieces of my personal story, things that have gotten me to where I am today. And before, I wouldn't talk about horrible things that happened to me in my life, because either when I used to bring them up to a family member or to a friend in the past, they were sort of discounted or not really taken seriously. And that just left me more and more discouraged that there was no love and the world was full of misunderstanding. Now I know, and I'm not coming from a place of victimhood anymore. I'm coming from power. And I know that sharing and being seen and being validated is empowering. And I know that sharing a story that's really, really painful and showing you that I'm doing amazing and I'm using that as fuel, I want you to be able to do the same thing. And so all of this healing work that we're all doing is for everything. It's not just for me. I'm not just doing this for me. You hearing my voice and the passion in my voice is giving you strength. And I just want to keep doing this and spread it and give someone else the inspiration to do it too in a conversation that they have with a friend, so that they can say, I'm so glad I found you because I thought I was going crazy. Peace.